Experiment 2. Aim of the experiment. A cross-pollinated flower to be examined and identified and the parts to be studied and labeled, for example hibiscus. Theory. Pollination is the process of transferring pollen from the male part of a flower to the female part. It helps in the production of seeds. There are two types of pollination. 1. Self-pollination. In self-pollination, the pollen from the male part of a flower goes directly to the female part of the same flower or another flower on the same plant. 2. Cross-pollination. In cross-pollination, the pollen from one flower is transferred to the female part of a different flower. This can happen with the help of insects, birds, wind, or water. Hibiscus is a flowering plant that reproduces through cross-pollination, which involves the transfer of pollen from the male reproductive organs, stamen, of one flower to the female reproductive organs, pistil, of another flower. Cross-pollination occurs with the help of external agents like wind, insects, or animals. Materials required: 2 flowers from a hibiscus plant, hand lens, tweezers, pins, a sharp knife, a glass slide, a small magnifying tool, and a microscope. Procedure. 1. Look closely at the flower using the small magnifying tool. 2. Sketch the flower, labeling its parts. 3. Slice the flower vertically using the sharp knife. 4. Sketch this vertical slice, marking its various features. 5. Take the second flower. Using tweezers, carefully remove each layer of petals, starting from the outermost layer. 6. Sketch each layer separately. 7. Cut a cross-section of the central part of the flower, ovary, and inspect it. 8. Write down what you see. Observation. Inflorescence, typically found as solitary and located in the axils of leaves. Flower. These flowers are typically complete, possessing both male and female reproductive parts. They are also bracteate, meaning they have bracts, small modified leaves, associated with them, and pedicellate, meaning they have stalks, pedicels, that support them. The flowers exhibit regular, symmetrical shapes, actinomorphic, are hypogynous, positioned below the female reproductive parts, and are a vibrant scarlet red in color. Apicalyx. There are 5 or more apicalyx structures, and they are fused at their bases. These structures are green in color. Calyx. The calyx consists of 5 sepals, which are united into a single structure, gamosepalous. The calyx has a campanulate or bell-like shape and is valvate in arrangement. The sepals are green. Corolla. Comprising 5 petals, the corolla is polypetalous but fused at their base. The petals are a striking scarlet red in hue. Andrecium. The andrecium is indefinite in number, meaning there are numerous stamens. These stamens are monadelphous, indicating that their filaments are fused together. They are also epipetalous, attaching to the petals. The anthers are free and have a single chamber, monothecous. The anthers are kidney-shaped and attached at their base, basifixed. Gynoecium, consisting of 5 carpels, the gynoecium is syncarpous, meaning the carpels are fused together. Each carpel has 2 ovules in its chamber, resulting in a pentalocular ovary. The placentation is axile, and the style, which is initially fused at its base, divides into 5 red hairy branches at its apex. There are 5 capitate stigmas. Pollination. These flowers are adapted for entomophily, meaning they are pollinated by insects like bees, wasps, and butterflies. Several adaptations facilitate this type of pollination: the large and brightly colored flowers, attractive and scarlet red petals, presence of nectaries at the base of petals, distinct and knobbed stigmas, and the heavy, spiny, and sticky nature of the pollen grains. Some features of insect pollination are as below. A. The flowers are big and showy. B. The petals are big, pretty, and bright red. C. The flower has sweet nectar sections at the petal's base. D. The female receiving part, stigma, is unique and stands out. E. The pollen particles are large, have a rough texture, and are sticky.